So let me share a story with you about how I ended up here in Stamford, Connecticut. I moved here in February of 2022. I moved here because I was being a supportive husband, supporting my wife at the time, who was promoted to corporate. I was very proud of her. She was transplanted into a great situation. It seemed that everything from this point moving forward was only going up. Meanwhile, I was developing my business called Deuces. It's a CBD business. I was very excited about this journey. I met a lot of wonderful people in a lot of different places. I was in 19 stores between Connecticut and New Jersey. I even partnered with other stores. We had a promotion where when you buy Deuces, you look for the golden ticket to get a discount on the Deuces products and to win cash prizes. This guy right here, his name is Ahmed. He was the first shop owner who put me on when I first moved here to Stamford. These were called forget-me-nots. This was one of our big sellers. We also had the two shots, which was a big seller as well. Once I had to package over 40,000 gummies by myself, container by container. Package by package, I had to stuff two gummies into each one of these bags and then put the labels on these containers, tops on the containers, and keep it moving. One of my last efforts was to create a new product called Versatility. We had probably 19 flavors, and they were in all the stores. People were going crazy over them. But in the end, it didn't work out, so I had to return back to what I knew. I got my license in Connecticut to do hair. This was going to be an interesting journey because I had to use the round brush, which I wasn't proficient in. I was working at one of the best salons in all of Stamford. It didn't take long before I figured this round brush thing out. I became pretty good with it. I liked it because of the challenge that it presented to me. I was doing something new. I knew how to do relaxers and roller sets and all that kind of stuff, but now I was doing cuts and not using any hot tools other than my round brush and blow dryer. Got pretty good. The problem is, I was also like the maintenance man. I was doing all kind of things that I just didn't sign up for. So I started praying and I began looking for jobs. It took me 3 to 4 months after applying to over 20 jobs just to find this job at Home Depot as a lot attendant. I was out here pushing these carts, y'all. You know, the person that you see when you pull up to Home Depot and they have a little apron on, pushing carts all over the place. The sounds of these carts will always resonate in my mind. I will never hear this sound the same ever again. It was quite labor intensive. This was a pallet of 50 bags of 50-pound concrete that I had to load. I used to walk on an average of 21,000 steps a day, but I met a lot of good people. I made a few good friends out there in that lot. We worked in 90-degree weather and torrential rain. Let me share this part of the story. This is my second full day working here at the Home Depot here in Stamford. Initially, I found myself feeling some kind of way when I found myself in a position where I actually had to go out, find a job, couldn't get a job, any job that I was interested in. I'm a lifetime entrepreneur. On paper, that doesn't really resonate with a lot of employers when you're applying for everything online and people don't have an opportunity to get to meet you. I found myself taking the first available job that was offered to me, and that happened to be as a lot attendant. You know, the guy that you see in the parking lots getting all the carts together and all that stuff. That's what I do right now. First and foremost, let me say I am very, very grateful to have this opportunity. At first, I felt like I might be a little embarrassed walking around collecting carts and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, life has sent me some curveballs here recently since I've been here. And I could easily be in that woe is me type of mode. And I actually spent a little bit of time in that woe is me type of mode. I spent a little bit of time fighting depression, not being where I want to be, where I expected to be, where I desire to be. I started this job. I am actually exactly where I am supposed to be today. Now, those of you who know me know that I've always been a boss. I've been a trendsetter. I've been a trailblazer in the hair industry in particular. I've done a lot of amazing things. I've helped a lot of amazing people do amazing things. I find myself starting over at this late stage in my life. It caused a little bit of depression for me for a temporary period. But today I had this epiphany that I am exactly where I am supposed to be in my life right now. I needed to learn some lessons that I otherwise wouldn't have learned had I not gone through the journey that I've presently been going through. And so I'm being transparent with you. I am absolutely thrilled to have this opportunity to work for the Home Depot. And so I am totally embracing this opportunity. I am continuously expressing my gratitude to the universe. And I just want everybody to know out there that if you are in a position that life throws you some curveballs or things are not seeming to be too favorable to you and where you expect to be in your life, don't give up. This is what successful stories are made of. Having to start over, having to lose some things, having to go through some tough periods, having to lose relationships with people that you love and are fond of and think highly of. Like, this is what success looks like. This is what it looks like. This is the part of the story that you don't hear about. You hear people tell you how people will say stuff like, I came here and I only had $10 in my pocket and I had to start from the bottom and this, that, and the third. And then you find out more about their background and you find out that their family had money and their dad loaned them $250,000 to start this business or to buy this business or whatever. And you don't know that part of their story. But I'm telling you my story because my story is exactly what I'm giving you. It's exactly what I'm presenting to you. I am starting my life over. At age 55, will be 56 in just a few days. And I want to share this with the world because it's going to be absolutely amazing. And all those who gave up on me, who didn't think that I was going to ever do anything else, or thought that this was the end, or I've already seen the height of my success, I use that as fuel, baby. And keep your eye on your boy. I'll holler at y'all later. It's time for me to clock out. Peace. After much prayer, I received this message. Hey, Scott, my name is Quinn, and I'm an owner of Hammer and Nails Greenwich. We're opening soon, and someone gave me your number because they said you were great with men's hair. If you are open to making a change, we would love to tell you more. My response, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I'm actually working on retiring again from the business. However, I always am interested in seeing what the opportunity may be. That led me to a place called Hammer and Nails. This was my first time working in a barbershop. I've been cutting hair for a long time, but never have I actually worked in a barbershop with other barbers, only hairstylists, only in beauty salons. But it didn't take long. My barbering skills were always there. I was able to combine what I knew from cosmetology, precision cutting, with clipper work. It was a match made in heaven. See, cutting hair, with clippers in particular, it's never been a job. It's never been work for me. It's always just been fun, something I did to relax, something I did to get to know people and have great conversations with people. The side effects of that is helping people feel better about how they look, helping people feel more confident, being a therapist to people, even working with kids. I don't like doing kids. I never liked doing kids, but I've met some of the best kids ever, and they all have very good style. I even met Mark Jacobs as one of my clients. These two people right here, Quinn and Paul, they saved my life in so many ways. But I'm still looking to the future. There's a lot of things about me that people still haven't experienced. It's a lot of goals that I have set for myself, a lot of aspirations that I have set for myself, and major ambitions. Never give up, never quit, people. Never.